Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally. Thanks a lot for your support, for your likes and shares, for your comments. And this playlist is Secrets of Learning English, Lesson 1. Yeah, it's 10 secrets to improve your listening skills. So this information is very important, okay? So please watch all this video and you'll know everything. Good. So, I really want to know English well, but my listening skills are terrible. So listening skills, it's how you can listen, and terrible means very bad. As a result, I can't have a normal conversation, so I can't speak with other people effectively. It's so irritating, it's so annoying, it's so irritating and annoying. It means that I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. I hate it. In general, okay, it means that if we look at all these things, my English is quite good, except listening. So my grammar is quite good, so I can speak well, I can write in English, I can read in English, but my listening is terrible, okay? I see your point. I was in these shoes. So I see your point means I see your idea. I was in these shoes, or I was in this situation too. I was in this situation too. Really? I see you have perfect listening skills. So perfect means very good, and you can understand any English speech without any problems at all. What did you do? So I'm waiting for your answer with impatience. So with impatience, it means that I can't wait for it. It's so interesting. Just please tell me this information. So I'm really waiting for it. I'm waiting with it with impatience. Good. Well, the answer is quite simple. So I'd better give you some extremely useful tips. So I'd better means I prefer to give you some extremely useful or very useful tips, or there is another word for tips. I hope that you know this word. It's recommendations. Recommendations. It's another useful word for this context, okay? So recommendations, so that you can succeed, or so that you can be successful, okay? So that you can be successful, so you can really understand other people. Okay, no problem. I just want a perfect result, and I'm ready to follow all these recommendations. So to follow means to do, or what? So what I'll hear. It's like the greatest treasure, in the world for me. It means that it's so important, and I really want to get this knowledge, to get this information from you. Don't think that I'm crazy or I'm mad, but I really want to understand native speakers. Really, do you want to understand native speakers? Do you really want it? I think so. Okay, so good. And you know that, so the first secret, there is a myth that if you really want to understand native speakers, you just need to listen to them, listen and listen. So myth, it means that in fact it isn't true. Okay? So many people try to do it and fail. So fail, it means that they don't succeed. So these are two opposite words, fail and succeed. So they don't succeed, they can't do it. So it is sometimes said, so you see it's passive voice, it is sometimes said. It means people sometimes say that you will understand it from the context sooner or later. It means that you'll understand from the context. So maybe you are a beginner, but they say listen and listen and you'll understand. No, how can you do it if your level, if your level isn't so high? Really, if you are a beginner, if your level is pre-intermediate, how can you understand thousands of new English words? It's impossible. It's impossible. So yeah, it can take you ages. So it can take you a very long time, a very long time. Yeah, and you need to, maybe to live in England or America for many years to understand it. So you'll be only wasting time. So wasting time is that so you can spend a lot of time on it without any result, without any result. So this method isn't effective. Okay, so I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have a limited amount of free time. It means that we don't have much free time. We are very busy. So we should use only the most effective ways of learning English. So the first tip is that you need, to start listening to English speech with something simple, suitable for your level. Yes, thanks. Suitable for your level. It means that so if your level is pre-intermediate, don't listen just to English movies or just to native speakers who speak so fast. Find resources for your level. It's very important thing. So if you do it, you'll feel optimistic. It will help you. I can just add, it will help you feel optimistic. It will help you feel optimistic. Yes, and you won't be frustrated. And you won't be frustrated, or as they say, so there is another word for it, and you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed or frustrated, because you'll feel the progress. You'll feel the progress. It won't be too difficult for you. It's also a very important thing. So it won't be too difficult. Okay, it won't be too difficult for you. Okay, well done. So good. And you open my eyes. Okay, so my level is pre-intermediate. Should I listen to one resource at about this level, and then should I go to the next source and the next level, right? So it means that people often think that that they need they have some English level, and they think that they need to learn one book, and then they go to the next level, then one book, then to the next level, and so this process actually is very quick. But in fact it isn't. Really, you're so quick. You can test it, but you'll feel, yes, it's about the future. You'll feel only disappointment. Really, focus on quality. So you need, to learn real English, and you need to learn it effectively, really. So don't think that you can do it in 10 days, in 20 days. No, it isn't true. Just learn it. It will take you longer, but you'll do it anyway. Just focus on quality. Yes, you need real progress, not just words. Okay, so it's the second extremely important tip. Extremely important means very important tip that you need to you need to listen to this level as long as you need. It means that, I can tell you from my experience that my level was pre-intermediate, and I listened to one resource at this level, then to then one more, so maybe 20 or 30 resources, different resources at this level, and then so I went to the next level. So it isn't, it isn't so quick, but it's quality, it's a very good base. Yeah, just enjoy learning English. Yeah, enjoy learning English. And I think that it's also important to type it. Enjoy learning English. So really, you should enjoy doing it. So if you don't enjoy learning English, I think it isn't a good idea. Okay, personally, I used to listen for hours. So personally, it means it's about my experience. It's about my experience. Yes, I used to listen for hours. It means that I did it in the past. Yeah, really. I used to listen for hours. I listened for hours earlier. And you need to listen a lot and see your progress. Really, it's very important tip. Listen a lot, not just one book, not just, one article, not just one video. It isn't enough. It isn't really enough. So don't count like this. Oh, it's the first book, it's the second book. Enjoy, really enjoy learning English. Enjoy learning English. It's very, very important, yeah? And concentrate more on the process and the result, but not just on counting, how many books you've already read. No, don't do it. Just enjoy. Enjoy learning English and see your progress. Okay, well done. Okay, in other words, so just it's how I understand you. I need to listen to adapted material, for non-native speakers of English first, and have lots of English listening practice. So yeah, so it can be plural materials, yeah, if it's about many materials, yeah, to adapted materials, yes. So it's a good idea, not just not books in the original, not only movies, without subtitles or translation. No, adapted materials first. So start with something simple for non-native speakers of English, yeah? It's okay, and then you have more difficult books, sources, conversations, videos. It's step by step. So we call it step by step approach. Okay? Well, so and have lots of English listening practice. Yeah, so you need to listen a lot, not just 10 minutes a day, not just 10 minutes a day. It isn't enough. Listen, and listen. So you got it, but you got it. But unfortunately, it means it isn't so good. It isn't enough to improve your listening skills greatly. It means to do it, you need to follow other tips too. Yeah, so these tips are really great, and I really hope that you enjoy these actually tips, recommendations, these ideas. But in fact, there is more information you need to know. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Okay, good. Okay, next. Okay, I look forward to it. It means that I really want to know it, or I'm waiting for it with impatience. Okay, well, and so the next very good phrase, incredible. So incredible is at me as it may seem. So it's really incredible. So like unbelievable, unimaginable. So it's it's difficult to believe it. So few people really know. So few means not many people really know that to have real progress. If you want to have real progress, they need to see the text. And listen to it at the same time. So the third very important secret. So see the text, yes, with your eyes, and listen. See and listen. This is a perfect combination. It's a perfect combination. Please keep it in mind. It's a perfect combination, okay? It's like what we are doing right now. is it also for our perfect listening skills and not only speaking? And not only speaking? Exactly. Only this way. It's a crucial point. It's a crucial point means so it's a very, very important thing. It's a crucial point. The most important thing. Yes, only this way. So you need to see the text. So really, personally, I don't understand why people, just listen to something and they don't look at the text. So, it's not so good for progress. It's not so good for a good progress if they really have time and they want to train, these skills. Okay, so this method helped me a lot. Listening was my weakest point. Weakest point means that I had big problems with it. It has helped me a lot, and I'm sure it will help you enormously too. Enormously means greatly. It will help you enormously too. I just want to open your eyes on really effective ways of learning English tested by time. So, some people, they are like blind, they are like blind people, so they don't see the way. But we need to, to open our eyes, and see it. Really, we need to find these effective ways of learning English tested by time. So, but not only words, Really, people often say, okay, so my method is the best one, so my method is the best one, but in fact, it's just words. So just, maybe beautiful words, but with no result. So we have another idea, so we put result in the first place. Yes, it's the most important thing for us. Good, very good. So well, it's no exaggeration. So it means that it's a real thing. It's a real thing, not only words. Each of your tips is a great discovery for me. Is a great discovery means is a very important and new thing for me. Okay, go on, please don't stop. Okay, we'll do it. Okay, thanks for your encouragement. So thanks for your encouragement or thanks for your support. So you encourage me. So you help me, or I can say that you inspire me. So you encourage me or you inspire. Very nice words. Very nice words. Or you encourage. You encourage me, you inspire me. Okay? Good. And you also need to bear in mind one thing. So we say to bear in mind or to keep in mind. So it's an alternative word or phrase. To keep in mind or to have in mind one thing that you also need to manage your time effectively. So you have some free time, but are you sure that you do the right and the best things for you and for your English? Okay, good. So we perfectly know that people try to find different excuses, saying that they have no free time at all. So really, excuses, it means that, so people say, okay, so I don't learn English because I have no time, or I don't learn English regularly or systematically because I have no free time, I'm very busy, so I have lots of work, please understand me, and so on. So we call it excuses. Okay, saying that they have no free time at all, no problem. Don't think that there is no solution to this problem. Solution or there is no way out. So solution or way out. So this problem can be solved. It can be solved. So it isn't a problem. It can be solved. This problem can be solved. So really, so what is this solution? You can listen to something in English as a background. Okay, what does it mean? I mean, while doing other things. For example, you have no time, but you really want, to watch this video or at least to listen to this video, and you can maybe check your email. So you can look for something online and just, you need to play this video, and you'll hear not just blah, 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 but you'll hear some English words, phrases, and it's really very effective. It's very effective. So you do some things, or maybe you do something maybe in your room, some things about the house or housework, just play this video, and it's also very good. And this fourth tip, I suppose, is 30% of your success. So I suppose, so it's really very important. So I suppose, or I think it's 30% of your success. It's extremely important. It's extremely important. Well, so really, how can it be? How can it be? If you don't understand anything, should I do it anyway? So people often ask me this question. Okay, so, but if we don't understand, should we listen or not? Well, it's like listening to music. It's like listening to music, really. So I know that people often listen to music, for example, when they drive a car or when they do something. So you can also listen to English speech. So it's a very effective way of learning English. So you save lots of time. And so the next thing, have you forgotten our first tip? Yeah, do you remember our first tip? Listen to something simple for a start. If you listen to something simple, how can you ask if I don't understand anything? If you say, if I don't understand anything, it means that it isn't simple. It's a difficult thing. So find a simple thing. Find a simple thing. Simple text. Simple, very simple conversation, and listen to it. And you won't have this question. So won't is a short form. You will not have this question, okay? So do it, and you'll be catching only some words and phrases. Maybe blah 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 blah. For example, English blah 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 blah. Lower English blah 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 blah. House and so on. So you'll be catching only some words and phrases, but then more and more, of course, yeah, or certainly, if you work hard enough. Yeah, so blah blah, it will be only in the beginning, blah 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 blah. For example, blah 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 blah, English blah blah blah, computer blah 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 blah, progress and so on. And then you'll understand more and more phrases if you work hard enough. Really, it's work. You need to study hard. And progress will come, really. Okay, so that's clear. I wish I could listen to your tips again. So I wish I could, yes? It means that, you think that you can't listen. So we call it the second conditional. So you think that it's something unreal. So I wish I could listen to your tips again. So it's like a live conversation. To memorize or to remember, yes, to remember them, yeah, these tips, and put them into practice. To start using them. But in fact, yes, of course, you can listen to it. So yeah, great. Apply all this knowledge. Apply means use all this knowledge in your real life. Use it in your real life. Use all this information, and don't hesitate to do it. So don't delay it. Don't hesitate, or don't delay. Don't delay it. Don't say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month, I'll do it next year. No. Start doing it now. Start following some tips now. Yes, just start doing it. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Just do it. Just do it, really. Just do it. Okay, so the recording of our conversation will be available for you. It means that you will be available for you, that you can get it, and really you can get it. You'll be able to listen to it as many times as you need. So as many times as you need. So maybe you need to listen it 2 times or twice, no problem. So it's here on the channel. You can listen to it 3 times. So it's good. It's also very good for listening. And there is one very important tip, one more very important tip. I'll actually add it in the end, okay? So yeah, I'll try not to forget it, okay? Good. As long as you need. Fantastic. You are so kind to me. Fantastic means great, very good. No problem, welcome. So welcome, no problem. I'm glad to help you. By the way, okay, so but let's get back. So could you tell me shortly about the next tips or about the next secrets? So we call it, you know, that we call it tips, we call it secrets, we call it also recommendations, or we also call it advice. Sure, we won't leave them out. So it's a phrasal verb. We won't leave them out. It means that we will include. Leave out means not to include. So we will include. These tips in our conversation. So don't worry. And actually, there is no need to worry. Listen. So the fifth tip is the following. Okay, fifth tip: don't fall into the trap of listening just to English books. So fall into the trap means that it isn't a good thing. So many people do it, but it's a mistake. So, and when, you know, people just listen to English books, no, it's good, but it isn't enough. And I'll tell you why. So please stay with us. So you know that the vocabulary you come across. So it's one more phrasal verb, or you come across, or you meet. So you can say you come across or you meet there. So in books is very specific and limited. So very specific and limited, really it isn't enough. So really very specific and limited. So these words aren't enough. So it isn't about real modern English. It isn't only about it, okay? So listen to other sources, I mean articles, videos, conversations, podcasts, you know, TV series and so on. Not only books. So books, you know, it's one thing, but real English is another thing. Yeah, and in particular, yeah. So while talking about other sources, I can recommend you our channel too, English Professionally. I really hope that you enjoy this channel. And in fact, yes, I can also add in fact, it's a huge base. It's a very big base. It's a huge base of amazing videos for English learners for all needs and purposes. So yeah, also, you know, watch these videos and you can see the text, so lots of useful information. You can listen to them as a background, you can listen to them again and again, so it's also very good. Okay, but we need to go ahead anyway. So okay, it's really amazing. What else? Have more speaking practice too. So when you listen, you mostly train your listening skills, whereas means while or at the same time, speaking to someone, you improve both skills, two things in one. So really just, you know, think about it. So when you really listen, you just train your listening skills, mostly listening skills. When you're, you know, for example, when you speak, so you practice speaking English. Yes, it's first, and second, I mean that you also practice your listening skills. Two things in one. It's amazing. Great. And definitely I need to try it. Right. So let's go ahead. So 7. Don't underestimate the importance of learning new words and English grammar structures. So don't underestimate. Don't think it's unimportant. Okay, so don't think it's unimportant. So don't think it isn't important. So, you know, sometimes people say, okay, I will only, you know, listen to something. Okay, but what about new English words? What about grammar? It's also very, very important. Don't underestimate the importance really of learning new words and English grammar structures. Don't ignore these things. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it, and improve your level in general. So different skills, writing, reading, different. And try to know at least means minimum 5,000 English words. So 5,000 English words or more. And to feel really confident, if you really want to feel really confident, it means that if you really want to understand a lot in English, native speakers, you know that they use lots of words, lots of English words, is desirable. So it's desirable means it's a very good idea. It's a very good idea to know minimum 10,000 English words for advanced learners. Okay? It's a very important thing. Thanks a lot. I'll focus on it. Good. Okay, next. 8. So there are some other tricky questions. Tricky, it means maybe they seem very easy, but in fact they are difficult, such as phrasal verbs. So I think that you noticed that this video is full of phrasal verbs too, for example. So you need to know, you need to know them as native speakers. So as means because you need to know them as native speakers can't speak without them. They can't speak without phrasal verbs, so you need to know them. Please have a look at our playlist on phrasal verbs too, and other playlists as well. So you just need to get down to learning them really seriously, and to get down to it's also a phrasal verb. It means you need to start learning them really seriously. So if you know phrasal verbs, so let's say 200, 300 phrasal verbs, it will really help you to understand English speech. You know, native speakers often use phrasal verbs. Okay, good, perfect. Something more. Sure, you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe yourself. Yeah, you need to believe in yourself and follow this tip, just one tip, and see good progress. Just believe in yourself. Many people are afraid. They think that they can't do it for this or that reason, but it's, it's just in your mind. Believe in yourself. Just say, I can do it. It's easy for me because I have these methods and I can follow these recommendations, this advice. I'll do it, and okay, no problem. And start doing it. And see good progress. Really, it will be giving you more and more enthusiasm, motivation, and positive energy. And you know that you'll see your progress and you'll smile. Okay, you'll say, I did it, I really did it. Okay, and I can move the mountains and I can do even more. It's very good things, very good, nice recommendations. I'm on the right way. Okay, and don't think you'll never be able to understand native speakers because you don't have enough abilities, time, skills, or something else. Don't say it. So I believe maybe there are bad teachers. Sometimes there are bad teachers, but there are no hopeless students. Really. I have this rule in my life. There are no. Okay, I'll write it down for you. There are no hopeless students. It means that students without hope. Everyone can learn English, even though it's difficult. It's very, very difficult, but everyone can learn English, and everyone can improve his listening skills greatly, and everyone can understand native speakers. There are no hopeless students. Maybe, so it's my rule, and really it's fundamentally wrong when you think that it isn't for you, you can't do it. So you see a clear way now. It's crystal clear, so it's very, very, very clear, and just go ahead and success will come. So very good, and you can say, I feel so positive, yeah? So really enjoy learning English, and it shouldn't be a very boring process, okay? And I'm sure it's the beginning of what? It's the beginning of your success. And of your great progress in English. And so I'm really happy that we can continue this amazing playlist, Secrets of Learning English. I really thanks for likes, shares, comments. I really appreciate your support, and I think that really we are on the right way, yeah? And so if you think in your mind, thank you, I'll be the happiest person in the world. You don't need to write it maybe or to type it, so I just don't want to take your time. But even if you have this idea in your mind, so it's great. It means that so I'm so happy. I'm so happy, yeah, to understand it and to feel it, even though maybe you are very far away, but you know that there are no borders for communication, and there are no borders for help, and I'm really glad to help you. It's the mission of the channel. Okay, my friends, thanks a lot, and I'll also be trying to be very positive, okay? So stay with us, and I hope that you'll enjoy more great English lessons, so new great English lessons. See you, bye. So we'll stay in touch. My English is quite good, except listening. So yeah, so my grammar is quite good, so I can speak well, you know, I can write in English, I can read in English, but my listening is terrible, okay? I see your point. I was in these shows. So I see point means I see your idea. I was in these shows, or I was in this situation too. I was in this situation too. Really? I see you have perfect listening skills. So perfect means very good, and you can understand any English speech without any problems at all. What did you do? So I'm waiting for your answer with impatience. So with impatience, it means that I can't wait for it. It's so interesting. Just please tell me this information. So I'm really waiting for it. I'm waiting with it with impatience. Good. Well, the answer is quite simple. So get this knowledge, to get this information from you. Don't think that I'm crazy or I'm mad, yeah? But I really want to understand native speakers. Really, do you want to understand native speakers? Do you really want it? I think so. Okay, so good. And you know that, yeah, so the first secret. There is a myth that if you really want to understand native speakers, you just need to listen to them, listen and listen. So myth, it means that in fact it isn't true. In fact, it isn't true, okay? So many people try to do it and fail. So fail, you know, it means that they don't succeed. So these are two opposite words, fail and succeed. So they don't succeed, they can't do it. Yeah, so it is sometimes said. So you see, it's passive voice. It is sometimes said. It means people sometimes say. So I'd better give you some extremely useful tips. So I'd better means I prefer to give you. I prefer to give you some extremely useful or very useful tips. Or there is another word for tips. I hope that you know this word. It's recommendations. Recommendations, you know, it's another useful word for this context. Okay, so recommendations, so that you can succeed, or so that you can be successful. Okay, so that you can be successful, so you can really understand other people. Okay, no problem. I just want a perfect result, and I'm ready to follow all these recommendations. So to follow means to do what. So what I'll hear. It's like it's like the greatest treasure, in the world for me. It means that it's so important, and I really want to that you will understand it from the context sooner or later. Yeah, it means that you'll understand from the context. So maybe you are a beginner, but they say listen and you'll understand. No, how can you do it if your level, yeah, thanks, if your level isn't so high? Really, if you are a beginner, if your level is pre-intermediate, how can you understand thousands of new English words? It's impossible. So yeah, you know, it can take you ages. So it can take you a very long time, very long time. Yeah, and you need to, maybe to live in England or America for many years to understand it. So you'll be only wasting time. So wasting time means that so you can spend a lot of time on it without any result, yeah, without any result. So this method isn't effective. This method isn't effective. Okay, so I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally. Thanks a lot for your support, for your likes and shares, for your comments. And this playlist is Secrets of Learning English, Lesson 1. Yeah, it's 10 secrets to improve your listening skills. So this information is very important, okay? So please watch all this video and you'll know everything. Good. So, you know, I really want to know English well, but my listening skills are terrible. So listening skills, it's how you can listen, and terrible means very bad. As a result, I can't have a normal conversation. So I can't speak with other people effectively. It's so irritating, it's so annoying, it's so irritating and annoying. It means that I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. I hate it. In general, okay, it means that if we look at all these things,